Jungkook speaks up. Here's why he always bows and thanks what makes a world-class artist, who has conquered global stages, broken international records, and been recognized by top music institutions, still choose to bow and say thank you in front of thousands of fans? This question was finally answered by Jungkook, the youngest member of BTS, in a statement that shook the emotions of millions of ARMY around the globe. In an exclusive interview quoted by various media sources, Jungkook revealed the deepest reason behind his habit of bowing to fans. It's not just about politeness or cultural custom, but a concrete expression of awareness and gratitude that he never feels is enough. "If I could bow even deeper, I would do it," said Jungkook with a serious expression, without the slightest hint of seeking sympathy. The statement wasn't rhetorical, but a real manifestation of his life principle as an artist who never forgets who helps him survive in the brutal entertainment industry. While many artists choose to keep a distance, Jungkook chooses to come closer, literally and emotionally. This bowing habit is not a gimmick or promotional maneuver. Jungkook emphasized that every time he bows, it's a form of acknowledgement that he can't express in words alone. "I don't have enough words to express how grateful I am to ARMY," he said, "so I show it through action. For me, bowing is the most honest form of communication." This statement strengthens the belief that his humility isn't a persona crafted by his agency, but a life principle he has held since the beginning of his career. He realizes that bowing before fans might seem like a simple act, but in his understanding, that gesture represents the structure of the idol-fan relationship as more equal, not hierarchical. "I stand on stage not because I'm above them. I'm there because they pushed me up," he stated plainly. Jungkook rejects the idea that popularity makes someone worthy of being idolized. On the contrary, he feels that popularity is a moral burden that demands responsibility. On many occasions, concerts, fan meetings, even airport appearances, Jungkook's bowing moments are often caught on camera and widely spread on social media. But for Jungkook, the camera isn't the main reason. "I don't bow because there's a camera. I bow because it's the only way I can show my respect and love," he asserted. This statement, in the context of modern celebrity culture, stands in stark contrast to some artists who only show their best side in public. Furthermore, Jungkook stated that he learned these basic values during his training at Big Hit, where he was taught that success should never ruin character. But over time, he developed his own interpretation of that teaching. "To me, ARMY aren't just fans. They are living witnesses of everything I've gone through, from my teenage years until now," he said. That's why he feels the need to pay direct respect, not just through songs or award speeches. This statement certainly sparked deep reflection among fans and pop culture observers. Is it possible for someone as famous as Jungkook to genuinely have such a deep and sincere understanding of the fans' role? Is this really purely from him, or still part of a grand narrative designed by management and media? However, in the same interview, Jungkook also stated that bowing isn't a symbolic act he prepares in a scenario. "I was never trained to bow at certain moments. Just happens. I feel I have to do it," he explained. Amidst an entertainment industry often filled with falseness and image engineering, statements like this bring a touching and authentic nuance. ARMY responded with various emotional reactions. Many wrote on social media that they felt appreciated, seen, and directly acknowledged by the artist they love. The emotional relationship between Jungkook and ARMY doesn't seem one-sided. "When I bow to ARMY, I feel grounded. It helps me stay aware that I'm just an ordinary human being," said Jungkook. Within that sentence lies the awareness that fame is temporary, but sincere relationships can last longer. Some public communication experts say that Jungkook's bowing is a powerful form of nonverbal communication, stronger than lengthy speeches. Because not everyone can fake body language at such intensity, especially done consistently for years. This consistency is what convinces many that it's not acting, but a reflection of personal values. Still, amidst waves of praise, it's important to maintain critical and reflective attitudes. Could there be hidden motives? Could this act also bring reputational benefits? Could management still play a role in shaping this image, even if indirectly? Jungkook himself closed his statement with a morally undeniable line. "As long as I stand on stage, I will keep bowing. Because I know I never got up there alone." This line reflects a high awareness of the dynamics between fame and public support. He not only understands the importance of fans in his career journey, but places them at the center of every form of interaction as an idol. What Jungkook does doesn't just touch hearts, it opens space for contemplation. In an increasingly individualistic era, where appreciation and sincerity are often commodified, his actions become a mirror of increasingly rare values: humility, appreciation, and acknowledging others' roles in one's success. Now, the public knows that behind Jungkook's bow is thought, principle, and gratitude that are not shallow. He's not just bowing, he's sending a message. Even stars must know how to bow. Yet behind all the touching narratives about Jungkook's humility and dedication to his fans, a big question deserves to be asked. Is all of this truly pure, or merely part of a public image construct strategically designed? In a digital era driven by algorithms and viral trends, it's impossible to ignore the possibility that even the most intimate and emotional acts can be used as covert promotional tools. Is Jungkook's bow truly an unplanned act of sincerity? Or is it part of a long-term brand positioning sequence embedded by his agency and polished by the media? Can a global star like Jungkook, whose every move is calculated and analyzed by a management team, really act completely spontaneously in public space without any communicative intent? Let's re-examine the context of Jungkook's statement about why he bows. The statement spread widely on social media platforms, especially TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter, platforms that in recent years have become primary mediums for viral content distribution. On one hand, we can appreciate the emotional honesty in his statement, but on the other, could the videos and quotes have been spread massively because they contain high news value, emotional appeal, and the power to strengthen fan loyalty? It's important to note that no information in this article stands on an absolute foundation. Most are sourced from social media and unofficial channels with varying levels of accuracy. Thus, their credibility must still be tested and verified. The question now is, are people, especially fans, willing and able to view such information through a critical lens? Or are their emotions too easily pulled by touching narratives that may not be factual? Many pop culture and media analysts remind us that fame in the digital age has become a strategic communication project. In this condition, even a subtle act like bowing can be part of a long-term reputation strategy. Jungkook may not do it for image-building purposes, but what if the act is utilized by others to shape a certain perception? And if so, who really controls the narrative that spreads to the public? As a viewer and consumer of information, are you truly certain that every moment recorded and spread on social media is entirely real and not modified to stir your feelings? How do you judge the difference between an authentic act and one that only appears authentic? Are you willing to re-examine your beliefs about the information you consume every day? Or do you choose to believe because it feels more comfortable? We must also understand that emotional information often clouds rationality. When seeing an idol bowing with deep respect, our hearts may melt. But as a society living amid an information explosion, we are required to use not only our hearts but also our logic. Don't let the sincerity we believe in become a weakness exploited by the industry to shape mass opinion for economic and political gain. It's also important to acknowledge that most fans don't want to question their idol's sincerity. For them, questioning the motive behind Jungkook's action might be seen as an insult. But this is precisely where the intellectual challenge lies. Are we ready to face the truth if one day we discover that the narrative we've believed was part of a larger scenario? And if so, would that reduce the value of the act, or help us mature in understanding the entertainment industry's dynamics? Note that this article isn't meant to discredit Jungkook or blindly doubt his sincerity. We respect his personal choices and his consistency in showing respect to his fans. Thank you for watching.